So now that we've established what a conditional statement is, we're going to play around with the order of the two parts of the conditional statement, the hypothesis and the conclusion, and we're also going to consider what happens when we negate either one of those. So if the conditional statement was if P, then Q, we have this thing called the converse, which is just switching around the conclusion and the hypothesis. If Q, then P. We also have this thing called the inverse. And the inverse leaves everything in the same order, but it negates both. If not P, then not Q. And then lastly, we have the contrapositive. And that is a combination of the inverse and the converse. We switch the order of the hypothesis and the conclusion, and we negate them both. If not Q, then not P. So inverse, converse, and contrapositive go right alongside conditional statement. And let's look at that in the context of an actual example. So if a figure is a triangle, hypothesis, then it is a polygon, conclusion. So let's do the converse. If a figure is a polygon, and it can help, let's label this Q and this P. And instead of writing, I'll just read. For the converse, we're going to put the conclusion first. So if the figure is a polygon, then it is a triangle. For the inverse, we just negate the first statement and the second statement. So if the figure is not a triangle, then the figure is not a polygon. And for the contrapositive, we do both, change the order and negate. If the figure is not a polygon, then the figure is not a triangle. And we will examine the relative truth value of those statements in the next video.